Hi viewers, I welcome you all to this Programming World channel. In this channel, we opening a new playlist to help you to learn the Java programming language, which is very important to all the people, those who are looking for the software development jobs. Okay, viewers, now we start this session. So in this video, I would like to discuss about the introduction which is required to implement the Java programming code. Right, we move to this session now. Yes, I would like to first introduce about the syntax which is required to implement the Java programming code. So here you can see the first two lines. Okay, in my slide you can able to see that. So the first two lines you can use it for what? Importing the system packages. As we do it in our C or C++, including the header files. Here, when we go with what Java, everything is what actually packages. Okay, so we can import the system package based on the kind of application code we are implementing. For an example, suppose if you are implementing network programming using Java, then we have to use Java network package to take the classes which are required to implement the network programming. In the same way, when we go forward implementing the database connectivity using our application code, so we have to import the packages which is required for implementing or accessing the database. Okay, as like that, you can identify the remaining kinds of packages based on the application code whenever you are implementing as per the software requirements. And one more thing, not only the system packages, another one is what actually user defined packages. Yeah, we can create our own packages. Okay, so in C or C++, you can see the header file creations. We can create our own header files. So as like that, we can create the user defined packages also, which helps you to what you may think about some classes which are required uh, to make it as a group that could be used in different application development. So, in such kind of situations, we need to create our own packages, and that also can be used in our application code by using the import statement. Okay. So beyond that, suppose you don't want to have any system packages and also user defined packages. So you can start with the first statement, that is what the class. Okay, so you can give the access specifier, that's about what accessing the class outside of our uh, directory or folder or package. Okay, so the very first one is what the public, that is access specifier. As I told you, to access outside of the folder, we can use that access specifier public. Then class, that is always required. Okay, so class keyword that has to be given afterwards. Then you can name your application class what you want to have in your code. Uh, my dear viewers, please understand here in Java, everything we have to start with what? Class. Okay, very first level is what? The application class, where you include the main function. So please understand. So application class, it means what actually? The main function where we take, where we give, or where we pass the control to the rest of the program elements in our application code. Okay, so this is what a very important one we have to understand, the meaning of application class and also the main function which is used to distribute the controls to execute the different parts of our code. Okay, right, so afterwards, yeah, you can have your method definitions. Okay, so here member functions known as what? Methods actually. Okay, in C++ it is what? Member functions, but whereas in Java those are what? Those are known as methods. Okay, so there you can give the methods definitions. Okay, afterwards you can have your main method. So this is what actually inside of the class, so that's why we call it as what? The main method. But actually, in Java, the main function it comes with what additional keywords, whereas in C++, not like that actually. Simply you can have int main or void main, and you can give the inputs. Okay, I mean you can give the codes inside of the main function to execute your application. But in Java, we have to include the main function inside a class, and the main function is having what additional keywords also. I mean that you can see that public, static, void. Okay, so these three keywords are mandatory. Okay, for defining your main function. So public, static, void, main, and within that you have to within the parentheses you have to give string arguments. String it is what the data type. Okay, it is a data type in our Java, and arguments array. Okay, you can see this is what an actually a string array in the name of what arguments. Okay, so here it is used to take the inputs from the command line. Okay, so when you execute your code in the command line, okay, so that time from there you can give the inputs to your code. Okay, such kind of demonstration also we will do it in coming videos. Okay, but in this video you have to understand the meaning of the parts what we have in our Java program. Okay, right. These are the very important one. That's why I'm telling. Okay, so here the public access specifier, as I told you, as how we taken forward the class. In the same way, this public access specifier, which is used to what call this main function outside of this class, outside of the package, outside of the folder. Okay. Then static keyword. Why it is used here? Static keyword because you see, this is what actually a class. The application class. It is what a class. So in our C++, already I have discussed about that. In object-oriented programming, whenever you create a class, you have to take an object for executing its operations or member functions. So here the main function which is given in a class. So whether we have to create an object for the application class to call the main function. Okay, you know that in C or C++, the main function automatically will be called by the compiler to execute the application code what is given in the main program. So, as like the same style, they want to give it in Java also, but the main function it has to be given in the inside of the class. So, without object, how that could be called? That's why they use what the static keyword because when you have a static keyword on a method, just by using the class name alone, we can able to call this main method. No need to have any explicit statement here. Okay, so the compiler will take that responsibility, use a class name to identify where the main function is present. That main function will be executed automatically. And you know the meaning of void, that's about what? No return values of this main function. So this main method does not return anything to anywhere because actually it is what? The method which is called by where? By using the static keyword and also the class name. Okay, the class name will be used to call the main method. It does not give anything to the operating system. Okay, because it does not have anything to give. Okay, that's why we use what? Void. These three keywords are mandatory. In the same style you have to use. Don't make any combinations. Like people may do like static, void, afterwards public. No, not like that. First one is what the access specifier. Okay, whether the main function can be able to access outside of the class and also the package. Then the static, that's about what the object should not be created only by using the class name. The method could be called. Okay. Then afterwards, the return type of the method, that is what void, because the main function it does not return anything. So we use void. It does not have anything to return here. Okay. Then finally, as I told you, inside of the parentheses, okay, we have to give the argument like string arguments. It's about taking the input from the command line. Okay. Afterwards, yeah, you can give your application code, okay, to execute your the task or need whatever you want to have in your code. And finally, I want to like tell you a very important thing. The file name should be saved in class name. So the class name what we have here, application class. So which class is having the main method? In that name, please save your file. So application class dot java. So dot java extension should be used, and the application class name that should be given first. Afterwards, you can give the extension dot java to store your code. Now I would like to execute a small code what I have to execute here. So here I have taken the IDE like Notepad++. Because for executing simple programs, I don't want to have any complex tools because it may take so much of time to open. So, but in future, I will use Eclipse, NetBeans like that also based on the need of my uh, what topics to discuss for you, right? So now you can see that the same code I have made it here, but only the class name I have changed like program world. Okay, then public static void main string arguments. Afterwards, yes, something we have to show. No, that's why you see, I have taken what system.out.println. So in our C++, we have cout statement. In our C programming, we have printf. Okay. In Java, what we have is system.out.println. This style, as what I'm discussing here, the same style you have to make it for displaying a message in your output screen. So here the output screen that is as like what we have in our C++, like console screen will be open. There you can see the message what you given within the double quotes. So here I given like welcome to programming world channel. Okay. So to execute this, okay, it is not a very tough job here because if you go with command line arguments, I mean command line prompt of execution, you have to compile by using Java C command. Okay, afterwards you have to call the class by using what Java command. Okay, so that thing you know very well, and also nowadays you see that kind of traditional style people not using. Okay, so simply they go with what IDE to execute their program. So that's why here the IDs are preferred, and also in Notepad++, go to plugins, take Java plugin. Then here you can see that compile and run. You can do one by one also. Compile afterwards also you can do run, or else you can directly call compile and run. So it takes few seconds to compile your code. Okay, once compilation done, okay, the program also will be executed automatically. But in middle, what happens? That also I would like to show you. You can see the output statement what we have given in our code. Welcome to programming world. Then, as I told you, compilation will be done. Okay, so after the compilation, what's happening in the sense you can see it in the folder. You see a class will be created like program world dot class. Okay, it is completely what the bytes. So program world dot class, it does not have any like high level language representation like English statements or words. It is completely what a byte file objects code actually stored. The objects code of the program world class, which is stored in the file program world dot class. Okay, so simply you can take this class file wherever it is required. You can take the class file and you can execute that. No need to carry the source code. That's the meaning. Actually, that's why we call Java is what platform independent. So it is one of the feature of Java. Why in the sense the class file is created. That class file you can take into any operating system to execute without the need of the source code compilation. Okay. So that's all about this actually. Okay. So in coming days, I will post more videos to make you to learn some advanced elements what we have in our Java programming. So I hope this video helps you to understand the keywords what we have in our application class to make our Java code. Because in interviews, mostly the people they may look for the role of the keywords and whether the people can able to understand the meaning of the keywords in the syntax, and also whether people can able to use the syntax properly to make the code for developing the software applications effectively. Okay. I hope this video helps you to understand. If you like this video, please click on the like button and also uh, click on the bell icon to get the notifications for the new videos. And also please share with your friend circle and also others who are in need of what taking who are in need of what learning the programming very easily. And if you need any assistance, okay, so if you need any assistance like exclusive care if you need for learning the programming, yes, please, you can give me a message. Okay, we can, if possible, I will give you online teaching also, online classes also for helping you to learn C++, Java in a very nominal cost. Okay, so it is not for what commercial purpose actually, not for a commercial purpose, but if you need any exclusive care and individual care, okay, if you feel that, okay, my videos good, and also if you believe my teaching, then you can reach me by what giving a message to my um, channel. Then we will discuss about that in future. Okay, thank you, thank you for watching this.